This video is sponsored by Styl, but more on that later. Good morning from, and I'm so happy to say this, a very sunny Stockholm. This is the first day in 12 days being in the Nordics where I've woken up in the morning and it feels like summer. The first day in 12 days is so nice. I think the forecast is going back to being bad tomorrow, but that doesn't matter. I'll enjoy today. My plan, 5 days to get home, about 1,300, 1,400 miles. Now I have to go southwest over to Denmark, all the way across Denmark, over through that island in Denmark, across the bridges, down through Germany, Belgium, France, and then the ferry back home. But this is the difference here. The way up, I took the ferry from Germany to Norway, and that was £440. So, to be fair, it's not cheap, but that's about the going rate for all ferries of about that distance. It's not that expensive, it's normal. But on the way back, the ferry quote that I was getting was about £500. And that meant that the ferries combined would have been there and back, Nordkapp or Northcape and back would have been over £1,000. So instead of taking that big ferry back, I've decided to ride the entire way back, apart from that one ferry from Calais to Dover, of course, France to England, because I want to see what the difference is. That's a huge potential saving. What's it like going over the bridges of Denmark? How much longer does it take? How much does it cost? So let's pack up, fully recharged after this city break, and honestly, I feel like I could go for another North Cape level of adventure. I'm that re-energized.
Bottenvåning, entré.
You'll be able to tell by my surroundings, I made it home. This video is sponsored by Styl. Styl is an eSIM app that provides eSIMs for over 200 locations around the world. So gone are the days when you'd get to a new country and you'd have to go and look for a physical travel SIM card for every individual country you'd get to. That is all a thing of the past. I use Styl every day during my Arctic Circle road trip. Everything from things as simple as replying to emails to stuff as data heavy and intensive as uploading 4K videos to Dropbox. And really importantly, this is so useful, using my phone as a personal hotspot to link up to my computer so I can just work on my laptop seamlessly, wherever I am, whatever country I'm in. You're never worried about the hassle of looking for a physical SIM card. It means you're never going to have any high roaming charges. You are in complete control of how much data you're using and how much you're spending. So while I was at the ferry port of Dover in England, I just opened up my Styl SIM. I picked the eSIM plan that I wanted. And the great thing about Styl is that you can either pick country by country or regional. This is so useful. So I think one of them is the Asian plan, but the plan I went for here, of course, being in Europe, knowing I'd go to 8 different countries, I picked the European SIM. So one SIM for every single one of the 8 countries I went to. I picked unlimited data for 15 days initially, and that unlimited data means that I can upload all my data intensive files, and every single day Styl completely renews your amount of data for every one of those days that you've got the unlimited plan, which is incredibly useful. And that's it. The second I got into France, I seamlessly had a full European SIM. So if you are interested in giving Styl a try, all you have to do, either go to styl.com/Freddy or scan the QR code that will pop up here somewhere, or what I do, and this is my favourite method, just download the Styl app so it's always here with you. Pick the data plan that you want, use code Freddy, block capitals Freddy at checkout, follow the instructions, and it's as simple as that. You'll be seamlessly connected wherever you are in the world. On the way down through Sweden, I discovered a brilliant little restaurant chain that's often on the side of motorways. It's called Rasta. Nothing Jamaican related at all. It's Swedish food, good, simple, hearty food. Very similar to the IKEA service in the restaurants, whereby pick up your tray, go and choose what you want. It's a simple selection, but it's just nice, hearty food that makes you really full. And if you think about it like IKEA quality food, but just 50% better, I love this place. I highly recommend it. If you're road tripping through Sweden, take a look for Rasta. There is one other thing that I think this is true. I think in Sweden, you're not allowed to lane filter, lane split, which I always think is absolutely ridiculous. There are some countries or some states in the US where you can't do it as well. So I was going along this motorway here, and there was chronic traffic, really awful, completely at a standstill. So I spent the first 5 minutes just sitting in traffic, and I thought, this is ridiculous. So I just filtered straight the way through, all the way to the front. But there were a few Finnish riders that I passed on the way, and they were just waiting in traffic. And I'm so curious, Swedish riders, it may be illegal technically to filter through traffic, to split through traffic, but do you actually follow the rule of the road and stick to that? Because it just seems almost impossible to me to consider waiting behind a car for hour after hour on a motorway when you can just get to the front of the queue. Please let me know what the reality is. I see why Rasta, in both of the ones I've been to, has always had a gigantic queue. £10, what was it? No, £11.50 for all of that. That works out at about £2.50, £3 more expensive than that dehydrated meal that I've stopped physically being able to eat. The motorway side food in Sweden is excellent. And this beautiful coffee shop, this is at a motorway services. It's lovely. I need to make sure I don't spend a ridiculous amount of time here and I do actually hit the road properly, because I've only covered 65 miles since I actually headed off, and I really need to do, I've got to do something like 320, I think. I need to be pretty close to Malmö, which is the last town before getting to Denmark, I think, by the end of the day. That would mean I'm pretty much on track. Also, I look at gorging pastries very differently now. Everyone here, to a person, I'm serious, everyone is having massive pastries with their coffees because they're all having their fika moments. This isn't being greedy, this isn't overeating, this is having your moment to catch up and gather yourself. It's very, very important here, and I have to make sure I take that little piece of Sweden with me. The importance of fika, of coffee, of cakes, of unwinding. there's a sight. Old Saab convertible on these lovely, stunning Swedish country roads. I feel so lucky to have seen that. I finally managed to find it. After, seriously, almost 3,500 miles travelled through Norway and Sweden. I couldn't find chain spray anywhere at all, until, don't ask me why I did this, I decided just now to check, you think I'm joking, the fridge section of the service station. And there it was, chain lube in the fridge section. I think I'm going to do more than spray just the chain though, because this whole bike now is just covered in the salt and the grit from 2,500 miles all the way through freezing temperatures and stuff in Norway. So it's caked in dreadful stuff basically. So I don't think the chain would have lasted much longer. Give that a quick spray and I'm good to go. I'm so glad I finally managed to find this.
Sol för mörkelträdet, är vi här om tid och 9/10 att vi styrka solen med. Alla människor kikar då uppåt himlens höjd. En var gick där och solade sig så glad och nöjd. Gubbar och kärringar och ungar till och med. Det tittar så att nacklinnan höll på att gå ner.
So nice. The gentleman came back for a chat because he could see I was admiring his cars. Both that convertible Saab and the Mercedes are his. That Mercedes is a 1970 and he's got a son, coincidentally, who lives in London and has a Triumph Scrambler. Just to see those two bikes here with this, or those two cars here with this backdrop, this setting, that's perfect. Okay, time, finally, to get back on the road. I need to leave Sweden. This is getting ridiculous. Cannot keep eating this many cinnamon buns, so I'll be delighted when I finally leave because I clearly can't control myself. So good. It's arrived. A bit earlier than I thought, the bad weather. It's 8 p.m. now, and I thought it was going to start tomorrow, but the rain started, the cold's back, so thermal leggings on. I'm going to have to put an extra top on as well. Winter gloves back on. Yeah, I'm back on all the waterproofs, and I can just feel it getting heavier with every second that goes by. But luckily, I'm now used to being soaking all the time, so this is quite normal for me.
I wanna be there if I tell you why. Can you keep it a secret? moves in slow motion through a chemical cloud on the floor of the ocean.
And I'm soaking wet again. I've got Norway flashbacks now. Everything is just so saturated. My boots, my socks, everything. That was torrential rain for the last 2 hours, but I was so wide awake that there was no point me stopping, so I ended up riding till about 10 o'clock. But the video quality is so bad now. I will see you all in the morning and show you where I picked for my camping spot and exactly where I am. So have a good night. See you in the morning. Morning. I forgot. The last night I camped, I camped in pouring rain, and my tent got wet. So the inside of the tent, I think, is soaking wet because when I was packing it up, it got torrential. So that was a pretty cold, wet night's sleep. But even though I didn't sleep non-stop, went to bed at 11:30. It's 8 o'clock in the morning now. I'm in, you kind of figure out your favourite kind of places for wild camping. I say this wild camping because I like camping near service stations and truckers areas. That's what I look for. I just gravitate to it. So I'm going to pack up, grab a coffee in this Circle K petrol station, and then I'm doing something very special. I'm doing a slight detour. I'm actually going back 25 minutes in the opposite direction quickly, because there's a photo, again, from the Lost Biker Stories that we made. One of the very first photos, one of the photos that made us create the book, is a photo of my great-grandparents in a little town not far from here, 1922, 103 years ago, sitting on the Harley Davidson. I've got that exact location with Google latitude and longitude. So I'm going to go there now, see if I can find the exact spot, get a photo of me in the Bonneville in the exact spot where my great-grandparents were. So I'll do that first. But location update. Good day yesterday. I think I must have covered 370 miles. I'm just 10 minutes from Malmo now. Malmo is the last town before getting to Denmark. So that's it. I mean, I'm 10 minutes from Malmo. I'm probably just half an hour from Denmark now, but I'm going to do this quick detour, grab a coffee, and we'll hit the road. I've just seen the most incredible thing. I've been having another cinnamon bun and a coffee, and there's a BMW 1250 GS. The gentleman stopped for a cigar, and I had a quick chat with him. He's come from China. Can I just ask, so you've come from China,
Yeah.
What's your plan for the route?
What's the plans? I don't know.
Where are you going? Just Germany?
Germany, España, Italy, France.
And how many days are you travelling for?
I plan 3 or 4 months.
So all the way from China, Europe,
Yeah.
China, Europe, and all the way back to China again.
Yes, all the way by motor.
That's fantastic. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, very enjoying.
Have an amazing trip. This is the best journey I have ever heard of. Look at that. That is a Chinese number plate, BMW GS, going all the way through Europe. I've never seen anything like that. It's fantastic. And just to show the 1250 BMW GS, I mean, this has to be fully loaded for the most colossus of a trip. Sometimes he camps, sometimes gets a hotel if they're decent, but 2 massive panniers, huge top box, dry bags on the back with a tank pouch. I mean, this has got so much luggage, even the luggage on the front from Lobo and the crash bars. What a gentleman. That's absolutely fantastic. To see Chinese plates over in Europe is such a rarity. What an incredibly nice man. That trip he's going to be doing, it's gigantic. There are a lot of people that see that BMW 1250 GS as the finest adventure bike that's ever been made. In fact, there are a lot of people that see that 1250 GS as the finest adventure bike that will ever be made, the sweet spot before too many regulations came in that you had to adhere to. And seeing that gentleman all the way from China, and his bike of choice is that GS, knowing he has to trust it for, I don't know, it's got to be minimum 15 to 20,000 mile trip, completely out of your comfort zone in another continent. You know, to pick the 1250 GS, that's just about the biggest compliment you can possibly get for a bike. There's an advert for the BMW GS. Okay, I'll stop. I spent half my time loitering around service stations. I'm actually going to now finally hit the road because I haven't moved. I camped 20 meters over there. Let's go. I'm going to see if I can find this house from my great-grandparents. I found it. Incredible to think this yellow house here, this was the family house built by my, I think, 4 times great grandfather. And exactly where I am now, the Bonneville, this is where the photo was taken in 1922 of my great grandparents sitting proudly on their Harley Davidson that they bought in 1917. And then I think about 15 years later, donated to a political party. But it was right on this spot in the summer of 1922, 103 years separating me right now and them all the way back then. I think my 4 times great grandfather ended up building quite a few of the houses on this street and in this town as well. It was a very kind gentleman called Theo who found all of the information out about that Harley Davidson, because we were all in our family trying to figure out, what is that Harley there? What's the story behind it? So Theo, Swedish gentleman, went through the Swedish archives and he managed to dig out all of the information, which is incredible. So Theo, if you're watching this, thank you so much. All of that information is thanks to you. I love it when Google Maps takes you on roads you think there is absolutely no way I should be travelling on this road to get to Denmark. There is zero chance this is the road to Denmark, this dirt track. I refuse to believe it, but it's so nice, and I would never ever find this road without Google Maps, that I'm just going with it. Update as well, so I'm an hour from Denmark. I've put in to go over the southerlymost bridge from Sweden to Denmark. Of course, I want to take no ferries back apart from the Calais to Dover one, so I'm making sure I specifically pick a route with a bridge and not a ferry crossing. You have to be really specific with this, because a lot of the time Google Maps, it wants to take you on ferry crossings, but I want to see what the cost is by using the bridges. We, Libertatia, the brand we set up, probably about a year and a half ago, we supplied everyone on this trip with one of our Libertatia tool rolls, which are these. You'll always see it on the front of my Bonneville. So everyone had one of these, made from British oilskin fabric and handmade from the very start to the very finish in Ipswich, England. So we manufactured it and designed it so that you can put it in a load of locations, either put it in your panniers, strap it to loads of different areas on your bike. And my favourite spot for the Bonneville is right here under the headlamp. So, to take it off with this army surplus strap, just one click and it comes off as easy as that. Undo the little strapping there, and this has probably seen, it's got to be 10,000 miles, this specific tool roll. This is the Kalima one, so the strap comes out like that. And you can see it needs a very good clean, but with these kind of fabrics, the waxed cotton, the oilskins, they just get better with age with all of the patina. So they're all the tools that I take for the trip. Little Union Jack flag there, and antique brass zips on the bottom where I keep all of the little socket attachments.
Hello, welcome to Copenhagen. Freddy just found me here at the gas station. This is my Cava 85. Been in service from 85 to 95 in California. The former police officer who had it actually got access to Fort Lewis regarding the stickers up here. So I found the guy, but this is the sticker for the 9th month in 95. Just went to Fort Lewis and I've been riding it for 9 years now. I love it. It's a cool bike. I love the highways. I just love cruising, and I haven't done anything like extraordinary for this one. I just maintained it, so it's pretty original as it is.
Where are you going?
We are going to a party tonight. Hey, you're invited if you want. So we're going to be like 50, 60 guys from all over the country, and meeting up in Jutland in kind of today it's kind of Mexican cowboy theme. Tomorrow it's going to be 80s Dallas. Exactly.
That is brilliant. So there are going to be a whole load of you, like 50, 60 of you, off to a party, all on these kind of bikes?
Yeah, I got my suit also, like 80s suit, and I got my 80s boots also, ties, everything like that, and so that's gonna be for the weekend.
Ridiculously cool guy, Andreas. I mean, the bike itself and then his look as well. He looks like a very tall Colombian drug lord, like a Pablo Escobar, but about 6'4" tall or something like that. And then when he opened up the pannier and he had a whole load of US dollars and other stuff just packed up in there ready for the party, he was showing me some clips from last year's party that they had. They do it once a year, this thing, and they all ride off on these old classic bikes. And his bike is the newest out of everyone's. And judging by the videos from last year, this is going to be a ridiculously wild party. He very kindly did invite me, but I thought, no, I have to keep hitting the road. But I was quite tempted because that is a crazy looking place they're going to be heading to. So, Andreas, if you're watching, I hope you had an amazing time. I'll put the Instagram account here as well, so you can go and check them out, the stuff they get up to, because they've got a proper biking group. So I checked the price of the ferry that I've just taken. Ferry built in the year 2000, 8 kilometers long. The cost is £30, but that's £30 for a motorbike. If you're going by car, I think it could be double the price. So it could be £55 to £60 for a car, and that really is pushing it price-wise. But this is still, for road tripping, the most cost-effective and the most time-effective way to cover ground. So there are no better options at all. And it is a lovely bridge. You go really high up over between the two countries, Sweden and Denmark, and you're so high you're basically riding along level with the seagulls flying. So that's quite cool as well. Sorry, I just realised I was referring to the bridge as the ferry for some reason. I must be tired from all of the riding and delusional. When I said ferry just now, I was referring to the bridge built in the year 2000. Just to clarify in case you think I'm going crazy. I completely forgot to wrap up the video, but this is me riding through a little village on a last-minute hunt for a bit of fuel before my final stretch of the evening. So I'll catch up with you all in the next video. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and thank you to Styl for sponsoring the video. You can go and check them out if you're interested on your next travel.